It's the 1 year anniversary since Hamas launched the attack. What precipitated this whole Middle East war? We have Lebanon involved with Hezbollah. We have, of course, Iran involved now shooting missiles. We have Hamas. I want to talk about the two candidates, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Now, I am voting for Donald Trump. I've been pretty candid on this channel about the fact that I do think he's the better candidate of the two. Both candidates, there's not much difference there as far as policy. Israel does have a kind of a hard right-wing government right now, and they're pretty much ready to go to war with everybody. And then, at the same time, the other countries around them are fighting and attacking them too.
We supply Israel with billions of dollars in military aid. Mm-hmm. And yet Prime Minister Netanyahu seems to be charting his own course. The Biden-Harris administration has pressed him to agree to a ceasefire. He's resisted. You urged him not to go into Lebanon. He went in anyway. He has promised to make Iran pay for the missile attack, and that has the potential of expanding the war. Does the U.S. have no sway over Prime Minister Netanyahu?
The aid that we have given Israel allowed Israel to defend itself against 200 ballistic missiles that were just meant to attack the Israelis and the people of Israel. And when we think about the threat that Hamas, Hezbollah presents, Iran, I think that it is without any question our imperative to do what we can to allow Israel to defend itself against those kinds of attacks.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
The work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
In that region, you either have to come up with some way for the Palestinians to actually have a land and a government. And if they need to get rid of Hamas, that's fine. I don't think you're going to be able to bomb Hamas and actually ever get rid of Hamas, because at the end of the day, Hamas is an idea. The group who has a certain mentality is an idea. So you really can't bomb to kill them, in my opinion. The only way to really get rid of a group is to, what they've done in the past. They help and finance another group that will take over that group. But you can't really kill these people, because by killing all these people, all you do is you create more violence. All these kids, all these orphans, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of orphans that you have now in this whole situation. But these orphans, when they grow up, they're going to be Hamas or some version of them. That's the reality. But again, this video is really about how are the presidential candidates going to deal with this?
If Kamala Harris wins, terrorist armies will wage an unceasing war to drive Jews out of the Holy Land, and you know it. And we've had a great relationship with Israel. Iran and its proxies will spread bloodshed and death all around the globe. And as she continues to set the world on fire, Kamala Harris will support unlimited migration from terrorist hotbeds into the United States and will totally abandon Israel. You're going to be abandoned if she becomes president.
They asked him, what do you think about Iran? Would you hit Iran? And he goes, as long as they don't hit the nuclear stuff. That's the thing you want to hit, right? I said, I think he's got that one wrong. Isn't that what you're supposed to hit? I mean, it's the biggest risk we have. Nuclear weapons, the power of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt the entire military, jets, everything. I built it, including nuclear, and I hated to build the nuclear, but I got to know firsthand the power of that stuff, and I'll tell you what, we have to be totally prepared. We have to be absolutely prepared. But when they asked him that question, the answer should have been, hit the nuclear first and worry about the rest later.
I am hoping that we don't go into a World War III. What I would say is that we haven't had a president at all since Bill Clinton, I would say. I would say Bill Clinton, and then prior to Bill Clinton would be Jimmy Carter. Those two presidents were probably the closest to actually getting something accomplished in the Mideast that was close to something civil and something peaceful. The violence that's went on there historically, if you go back and research it, there's a lot of bad blood, right? So you can't really kill your way into peace over there. It just won't work. It's something that's surgical and diplomatic and something that takes time, and it's a very delicate process, in my opinion. If you go back and you look at, Bill Clinton, the Oslo, the Oslo Accord or the Oslo meetings that they had in the mid 90s. You go back and check out Jimmy Carter's. I read his book, Peace, Not Apartheid. I would say that the Israeli people and the Palestinian people, the average everyday people, really just want to live and go about their lives. But I do think America, we don't have all the answers, but we do need to get back to a surgical approach to dealing with this. So let me know what you think in the comments. Crucial Combo.